Now, joining me now from Virginia Beach, Virginia, retired Chief Petty Officer, U.S. Navy, congressional candidate for Virginia's 2nd District, Jarome Bell. Hi, Jarome. So Virginia is next door to D.C. Several of the main issues, though, that the nation's capital is dealing with, they mirror what's happening in your state. So first off, tell us about what key issues you're running on. Why do you want to be a member of Congress?
Hi, well, basically, the key main issues that I'm running on, I'm going to help President Trump build the wall. He started in 2016. It didn't get done with the Congress when we had both houses under Republican control. So I'm going to help that. Also, I'm going to defend the Second Amendment. Our Second Amendment has been under attack for quite some time now, especially here in Virginia with our legislature and our governor here in Virginia. So they have been attacking the Second Amendment rights. So I'm a big supporter of that. I'm also a pro-life guy. I protect the unborn. I believe that abortion is extermination. We have all these Planned Parenthoods and basically in Black communities, and very disproportionately, Black babies and Black people have been getting killed for decades now. And I don't see one Black Lives Matter protest showing up to abortion clinics. I don't see any marches or anything like that. I don't see any protests and murder rates for Chicago. So those are the things that I'm going to try to bring to light and bring forward here in Virginia as I run for Congress.
Well, and how would you approach issues like police brutality or racial injustice if you're elected this fall?
Well, police brutality, it happens and it's unfortunate, but what I would do, I would hopefully have conferences with all of my police chiefs in the district here, with the sheriff's department, so all of the law enforcement officers to, go over some training. I wouldn't necessarily say sensitivity training, but I would say best practices training, especially on the Constitution and people's constitutional rights, to make sure that the constituents' constitutional rights are not getting violated, and have some more community involvement with the police so we understand each other, our law enforcement and our citizens in our communities, we are on one accord. And the more that we get involved with each other, the more we get to know each other, I think that will alleviate a lot of the problems.
And going back to what you mentioned about solutions, do you think it's a matter of reappropriating that money and sending it out into the community and investing in things like education and healthcare, child care, or do you think it would be better put towards reforming the way that police are actually trained?
Well, I honestly think that it will go better into reforming the way police are trained. Being a Navy veteran, we go through training every year in its annual training. So I think police forces and law enforcement forces all over the nation should go through a reinforcement training annually. So I think it'd be well better for it to go to the law enforcement officers. But in our communities, there is money there for education. There is money there coming from the federal government. Our community city councils and our mayors, they need to use that money more wisely and use the money that they get in better sense for our communities. And I think that'll be a better way.
And looking at the long term, once this moment in time's over, how do you think that this is going to have a long-term lasting impact on these communities of colors, which are at the center of all of this that's unfolding?
Well, actually, really what I believe that folks are missing here is that these groups, Antifa, okay, the new terrorist group, these so-called anti-racist groups, they actually hate Black people, to be honest. And how do I know this? They are well organized. They're well funded. Really, Antifa communist cells around America that have been preparing to spark a race war between whites and Blacks, basically since Charlottesville in 2017. They really want a race war. They want Blacks and whites killing each other. So all the deaths that you also see during these riots, this is what they want. So I think the people in these communities, they need to be aware of this. And, in an ironic way, there are a lot of white people that actually already know this. They know that the elites, they want them replaced. They want them pretty much, I guess, dead. And they want us fighting each other because they've been working to replace the American worker with cheap labor from Asia and Mexico for decades. And until recently, Black folks weren't really aware of this, what's going on. I think we're starting to wake up a little bit more to that. And so, I believe that these communists that want to get rid of the police, by the way, they want to fundamentally re-image, or in the words of Barack Obama, fundamentally change the United States of America. And we can't really have that.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.